This is an overview of my travel toolkit. I'm using an electronics bag made by this company PGYTECH. I tried a bunch of different electronics tool bags. I also tried a few things like this little leather pouch that I made, just kind of tossing everything in there. Or one of these, I'm sure you've seen these, this style little organizer, other places on the internet, and even something a little bigger like this Klein Tools zipper pouch. But I found that I wanted something that kept everything well organized inside and allowed me to access everything from a single location without having to pull out a bunch of tools. I could easily, pull out what I needed, sort of like in a regular tool bag. I work in facility management and I carry a Milwaukee pack out tool bag, and it's nice to just be able to see everything that you need from the top. So anyway, I'll go through what all I have in here. Let's see, maybe I'll start over here with the zipper pouch. All kinds of knickknacks tucked in here. This is a Goo Gone on the go kind of goo remover for stickers and different things. It's pretty handy. Little guy there. Milwaukee INKZALL fine point Sharpie. Pretty straightforward. Roll of gaffer's tape. Nice bright yellow color. Can use it for labeling stuff. Most of the things in here you can take on a plane with you. I'll mention a couple that you'd want to take out of your travel toolkit before you flew. Definitely this is one of them. It's a little kind of craft knife. There are a lot of brands out there that make this knife. They're all, I'm sure, made at the same place, but I think this one's pretty nice. The blade in there is held in there pretty securely. You can pop the back off here if you need to trim the blade. It's got a little breaker on the back side. You can just pop it in there and crack it off if your blade's starting to get dull. So there's that guy. This is a little oiler, so you can fill it up in the top here. I have a 3-in-1 PTFE lubricant in here. Just unscrew this guy, this little tip here. You just press the button on the back side and it'll feed out a little bit of lubricant, whatever you have in there. Pretty nice little guy if you're needing to oil up a knife or something. I've got a little multimeter. These are super handy. They're like automatic, so you power it up and basically it'll sense what it is. It'll give you a readout of what it is that you're trying to read. This end here has a cap and it just pops right in here to the bottom. This is the most compact multimeter I've been able to find, online. And it fits perfectly inside here in that little bag. What else we have in here? Channel lock pick. It's a pretty handy little tool. I keep 2 of these precision screwdrivers in here. These are made by HOTO. And yeah, they're pretty handy. They have nice like ball bearing spinners on there for doing precision screwdriving. I keep 2 of them because sometimes if you're working on something that's double-sided, you need to be able to use 2 of them at a time. So that's those. I have a little bobbin of thread, some Kevlar thread, an extra battery for my multimeter. What else? Oh, a little lightning to USB-C adapter there. That's everything inside of that. Here I've got a little portable WORKSHARP knife sharpener. It's pretty handy if you go to somebody's house and their kitchen knives are super dull, or you want to touch up your pocket knife or something. Really nice little guy. For that, pair of locking pliers. These are, I think, a smidge too long for a plane. I think they come out at just over 7 inches, which is, I think, where they ding you at the airport. So anyway, these you might have to pull out. They make them in smaller size, but this is what I've got, and you know, they work pretty well for my purposes. That's everything in there. Pair of forceps here. Also double as a nice pair of needle nose pliers for doing precision work. Pair of Klein shears. And this guy is an adapter for my 1/4 inch sockets. This comes with the Makita socket set that I have, and I'll get to that here in a minute. I have disassembled the Klein tools, excuse me, not Klein tools, the Harbor Freight 1/4 inch bit driver set, mostly because the case is super compact and handy. I really like it, but it just doesn't fit inside my travel toolkit. So I've taken it apart and, you know, put the different pieces sort of spread out throughout this kit. So pretty handy little setup here. This is an extension for the socket, FLEXHEAD socket. Then there's this little white dot on here. If you line that up with these, it's kind of hard to see in the lighting here, but there's some dashed lines. You can push this guy through and use it as a T-handle driver. Pretty nice. Anyway, this is Harbor Freight. There's a couple of different brands that make the same one or something very similar. Of course, these probably don't need any explanation. Pair of COBRAS. Great little guys. Definitely small enough to fly with. Pop those over there. Mini pair of VISE-GRIPs. Again, probably no explanation. Super handy. Oh, and I've got a little tiny needle here. If I need to sew something, it'll work with this Kevlar thread. So you can see on the inside of this little case all these SD card slots. I don't have anything else to really put in there. I've tucked a magnet in here that's just, I can put things on. You know, some of my tools will magnetize in there so they're not all falling to the bottom. But handy little thing. 9-foot tape measure from default. Obviously, can't go wrong. I think it's magnetic here on the back. Yeah, so pretty handy little guy. Got to be able to take some measurements. Gorilla Glue, Super Glue Gel. I kind of like the gel stuff. It's a little easier to work with than the really runny liquidy super glue. Got a couple of PRYBARs here. This one is from MATCO. And then this one, I don't know who makes this one, but I think Last Best Tool maybe had talked about this guy. I probably bought it on Amazon. Really heavy duty. Great little PRYBARs. Let's see what else. Tiny little pair of titanium tweezers. And little ROVYVON flashlight. And I've put a little extra handhold piece here on the end. I don't know what you'd actually call that, but just a set of cables, lightning to USB-C and USB-C to USB-C, zip tied together. Kind of keeps them nice and compact. Over here I've got my Makita impact sockets, 1/4" drive, standard and metric. Yeah, I think the Makita sockets, I really like these little holders for them. Very compact. Nice little setup there. All right, these are the bits from the Harbor Freight kit. They just have, I think, one of the best bit kits that comes with this FLEXHEAD socket. But I mentioned earlier, the case that they came in just didn't fit in my little travel toolkit here, so I got these Railer bit organizers, and they've got the security bits as well as the Torx bits there. So pretty good assortment of bit options. And then a little spritzer of alcohol just for cleaning stuff up. And yeah, I think that's about it. That's everything I've got in my travel toolkit. Of course, it's always growing. I'm adding things, or, you know, finding something that I think might fit better in here, or, you know, as I use the kit, if there's something that I think that I'm missing, I'll add it in there. So anyway, hopefully that will help you think about how you want to set up your own kit. I don't think I've seen one in one of these electronic organizers yet. So far, it's worked pretty well for me. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.